Hello, family. Thank you once again for joining Empowerment Network with Gideon and myself this evening. We are very excited communicating to you from O Connect, as you can see. And this evening, we want to discuss on the topic that you looking at us now, should gift a student an account, an affiliate account with OnPassive. Hello, Gideon. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sister Comfort. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on when you watch this video. This is actually an important topic that we're going to be talking about this time around. Please pay attention. You are going to find something important that you can use from what we are going to say. And you're going to see how you can actually gift a student an affiliate account in ONPASSIVE and what that can do for that individual.
Exactly,
Stay tuned.
exactly. Yes, this is something very important, and Gideon and myself will try as much as we can to cover what it will mean for us back home on the continent of Africa and other developing countries, and of course in this other part of the world, in the Western world or in the diaspora, because every student needs an affiliate account. Gideon, I would like you to open this discussion. What do you think is it important for each and every one of us to gift an account to a student?
Yeah, it's very clear and simple. The importance here is that just a few background information. What we all know, it is not easy to go through school back home, anywhere around the globe. It's not easy to go through school unless maybe on kind of a scholarship or grant or any of those kind of. But if you want to pay for yourself, it's not easy. So if I look at it from where I'm coming from, not many people have the ability to go to school. Not because they don't want to, not because they don't have the intellectual capability, but there's no one to pay for them. Some people have to do odd jobs, like ride a motorbike, carry passengers, all those kind of stuff, do concrete work to be able to send themselves to school because their parents may not be there or they are there, they can't do it. But at this moment, you listening to this, if you're a student, good, fine. If you're not even in school yet, but you wish to be in school, you have something that can take you all the way. If you are listening and you are not a student, but you know people around you who are wishing to be students or are students, this is for them. Actually, this is for everyone. What do you think you can take? If someone is required to go to school, the person needs accommodation, maybe. If the person won't be going from home, the person needs tuition. That's money to pay for fees, pay for bills, personal bills, take care of themselves, and feed. Now, all these monies are not small money, but they become small if you have what you are doing. So, ONPASSIVE, as we're going to talk in this video, will help you to make some income, good income, as large as you want it, that can help you to take care of the bills, your personal bills, your school bills, tuition, and all those things, accommodation, everything, books and everything that you need. And you can go to that school that you wish to go, any one of the schools that you choose to go. It's no longer those days that you'll be constrained because of your capacity and the financial capacity and all that. You can go anywhere you want to go. As time goes on, it becomes possible, even from home, from wherever you are right now, to attend any school from our own platform. We have a platform where you can sit at home and go through all class of education that you want to go to.
Before we go to that, Gideon, I'm quite anxious too because this is a breath of fresh air to us from the third world countries, middle and third world countries, and all of those, because we know what happens, right? Like you are rightly saying, it's quite a very difficult situation. Sometimes we would say, or most of the times, even pathetic, because I think we have said this a million times, and we go back over and over as things, situations change with Unpassing. We come back and remind ourselves because we cannot give a blind eye to this. Because it gets so bad that parents are so desperate because they think that, oh my God, if I train my children in school, when they graduate tomorrow, they get great jobs and they will be able to take care of me and my husband and the rest of the family. But it's never the case. And what do? Sometimes they go and borrow huge sums of money. Other times, if they're lucky to even get money to borrow, other times they even sell landed property, family homes, and stuff like that. Everything they have, they sell it just to sponsor a child to school. And with the hopes that yes, when they graduate, things will never be the same again. But then things get rather from better to worse because we all know what it happens back home. Graduating is one thing, finding a job is another thing. So it's such a freedom that students, once again, in the history of the life of students in our own part of the world, a student will not only be free, like acquire this 100% time and financial freedom. A student would be proud to say, I am studying, I'm taking care of all of my expenses, my bills, and everything, and I can still help my mom down the village thanks to Unpassive. So, guys, let's not take this line down. Don't say we're over discussing it. We will come back over and over and over and over again until we all get it, until we all start gifting accounts to any student who just meet on the way. Ask them, why have you not gone to school today? How old are you? Then the next thing we do is wanting to get an affiliate account for them, because it will stop mom and dad from selling the home. It will stop mom and dad from borrowing money, which they will not be able to pay. And sometimes they get in trouble with that, and so on. And of course, Gideon, I don't want to keep you silent for so long. If you think like me, one of the things I think too is like you can improve even on the grades of a child, because that peace of mind. I don't know if that's something you can chime in on, or you want to go from any angle. You can do that, then I'll come back on that too.
All right, let me just talk a bit about what you mentioned. Like, for anyone listening to us now, can be wondering, how do I be able to make money while I'm going to school? It's very simple. You may have not heard about ONPASSIVE before. Maybe this is your first time of hearing about ONPASSIVE. This is a company, a global company that deals on artificial intelligence-based digital products for businesses. You don't need to know much about that if you don't. Just know that you can, from this company, make a living. How is that going to be done? Okay, you have to leave your education now. Oh, you're talking about going to school. Now, how do I read books at the same time, go to lectures and do all this, and then how to do a business? No, you don't actually have to do a business here, but it's a business because the company is going to do it for you. So you just need to come in, just as you wish. You just come in and you have a business set up for you. Once it is set up and you pay the token that is required, the initial token that is required, your account will be ready. You have the products in there, and the company will be marketing the products. They will be selling them. The customers who are buying the products will be paying the company money, and the company will be paying you commission. So after a couple of weeks, months, you should be able to see some commission, and you can withdraw this commission and pay your bills. The commission will start small and grow over time. It will grow to an extent that you will have more than enough to pay your bills. Right. You will have more than enough to send home to your parents. You will have more than enough to cater for your siblings, anyone around you. You will have just more than enough. So it's no longer that kind of time, like I mentioned in the beginning. We have to do some odd jobs, ride bike, carry passengers, do concrete work, and all those kind of things. And how much time do you have for your education, for this kind of odd jobs, at the same time for relaxation or any other thing that you need to live a normal life? You don't have that time. So this company is not going to take a dime of your time. You will still have all your time for whatever personal activity and your education that you need. Then you will still be making the money, because you're not the one that will have to work, do the selling and all that. The company will take charge of everything for you and give you the commission. It sounds like it's too good to be true, but that is it. We have seen it. That's why we are trying to let you know that it can be done. So our parents don't need to go through debts. They don't need to sell anything. The only thing they need to do now, if you're a parent and you want to use this opportunity as we're talking about this, just try to find out what token is required to set up an account for a child. Exactly. And get that token. That initial token, that's all. And the business will self-fund itself. It will produce what is required to keep it rolling. Just as a physical business, if you are selling any item, you have to keep that item in your shop. By the time you have 10 stock left, you sell off that 10 stock, you have to buy another one to replace. So once you have bought the first one, it should be able to give you money to be able to keep replacing them, and you keep selling them, you keep making profit. Typically, that is how it runs here in OnPassive. And we have not just one product, we have many of them that can actually make money for someone. So it's a game changer. It's a game changer. Everything that we have worried about have come to an end. Like now, you can actually live anywhere you want to live, do whatever you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
visit your parents, take care of them, do what the normal things that you have to do. Okay, we mentioned that, okay, some people when they go to school, parents have done so many things, maybe sold properties and things to send them to school, wishing they were going to take care of them at their old age. It doesn't usually happen. Why? Because these ones, they will finish school and they will get older as well. As they get older, they need to have family. They have family, they have to take care of the family. And the money from the job they will get will not be enough for themselves, their families, individual, their personal families, and then the parents and any other sibling that is left behind. But here, because the reason is they need time to do the job they are going to find. But here, if you are going to do a job, we're talking about going to school because it is needed for anyone to be educated.
Mm-hmm.
Not because you need this school or whatever qualification that you get from it, not because you will need it to work to be able to earn a living. If you are in non-passive, you have started your business in non-passive, you will not need to work for anyone. If you are going to do any kind of work, it will be for you to have an experience, to expose yourself to that field, not because you need money. You will not need money from any other place. So these individuals will not need money or waste their time trying to find job and try to do jobs to make extra money, because the money they will make already in non-passive is enough for them to take care of their family and everyone. So you being a parent hearing us now, don't worry yourself. If you have heard a story of where someone sold a property, take child to school, and eventually the child turned out not to help the family, it's not the same. You can also equally set up an account for yourself. As you set up for your child for school, you can set up for one for yourself that you can use to take care of yourself at old age. Yes, we're not talking about 20 years, 30 years time. We're talking about now, starting from this month, next month, subsequent months to come. You will start reaping, making profits from this company, and you can use that to take care of yourself. Basically, anyone that gets hand on this opportunity would not need to depend on another person again. So it will now be a time where family members will come together and do something. They are not waiting for Mr. A or Mr. B to come and help another person. Anyone that is in is capable of doing anything at any given time, because the means will be there, the time will be there. And of course, if you come in on passive and see how the business is being done, see how the company is doing it, you will be moved to find a way to help another person. I don't think there's any stingy person I have seen in this company,
In
because
Unpassing, that's very true.
it's giving you, it's giving you free. So you keep imagining, how come somebody like me now gets to have something like this without doing anything? You'll be forced to share it. So we are in good hands, and all of us are going to benefit from it. So being a student, you need this. Even a parent, everyone needs it to be able to use it to take care of themselves and anyone around them.
Exactly. Gideon, the good news about everything here is one, if you are a parent who has already sponsored your child in school, you and your child, you need this. How? Because thanks to Unpassive, the family land that you sold, you are going to be able to acquire a new piece of land and finally build that dream house. The debts that you ever borrowed and a cooperative credit union is after you, or that brother, that neighbor, that cousin of yours is after you, that I want my money, you will be able to repay and even say thank you. This is something I'm doing that will give you even a bit more, right? That's the good news here. Even you, the student, because we know what it means when we take care of our parents. We students, we from back home, it's just like, oh my God, I'm just doing this because I want to one day get this from my mom, get that from my dad, and so on and so forth. So it's all joy with Unpassing, guys. Total freedom, hands free, because it's all built from scratch, like Gideon has said, with artificial intelligence, which is the latest technology. Artificial intelligence works 24 hours round the clock, so you don't get to do anything. Once you follow instructions, start off with that first token, as Gideon has said, then it's all the rest is set. And the good news here is that what like Gideon said again, one sometimes a student would like it's like I don't just want to be here at home. I just want to study somewhere. I want to study in a neighboring African country. I want to study in Asia. I want to study in America. I want to study in Europe or anywhere out of the continent or out of my own country. It's a good idea. It's a good thing to travel, both traveling on its own, learning other people's cultures and integrated into it. It's a huge form of study, which is better than any other thing. Sometimes again, we feel limited. Why? Not because we don't want our children to go, not because we don't want to go, but because we don't have the means. But what is happening now? You are going to have all the time. Since Unpassive works for you 24 hours round the clock, it's 100% automated. What do? You have that peace of mind. You have all the time to focus on only on your studies. You make it with good grades because sometimes your parents are even happy to sell those homes and sell all of those things or borrow the money. Or some of the parents can also afford. We have very rich parents too who can afford to send you abroad, but then you are still limited by grades because you were distracted here and there, either to help, to support, or to work. Like somebody like me, I will tell you, I used to sell with my aunt. I would do a lot of stuff together, because you need to help as much as you can. No holiday, nothing, but you need to help to raise your tuition fee, your school fee. But now everything is left. All of that is left with Ash and his team, and you concentrate on your studies. When you study well, you get good grades. That is when you can have a thing to discuss with international universities. Nobody will get a student who's average or mediocre student when they have well-performing students in their own country or in other countries wanting to come take that very position, because everything is highly competitive. And so you prepare yourself well to face that competition at the international level because you have all the time to study, and it's all good, it's all happiness and joy, and it's a breath of fresh air, so this is an opportunity not to lose. So mama and papa, then why we bring this opportunity is sometimes students nowadays, everybody is a student. Most young people are not very honest, and sometimes when they bring deals like this, mama and papa, they will say, no, it sounds good, but I don't trust you. It could just be you want to take money from me and do some other thing with it, or it could just be somebody is deceiving you. But then we come here to speak so that you will see that we are your family, we are your brothers and sisters, we are your children like you or co-parents like you, encouraging you that instead of selling a plot of land, instead of borrowing millions of whatever currency is yours, just borrow. If you actually really have to borrow something, borrow just what it takes to get an affiliate account with OnPassive, and things will never be the same again. Because if you can afford even just that one, you will multiply it in a short number of months. And after a few months from that multiplication, you will be able to empower your child or your other spouse or the other family or other siblings. And that is how the ripple effect goes and touches the family and eventually the entire community. This is an opportunity not to be lost. We back home, especially third world country people, we love education. We love to study, but then the means is the issue. Today we just would want to nail that, put a nail on that. We just want to, there are times they say you cannot stop poverty, you cannot stop, you can mitigate. But at this level, I think that we can stop illiteracy, because even with the hardship, the rate of literacy is quite high. And you can see it coming, Gideon, if I hope that I'm saying something that you agree with here.
That's quite true. That's quite true. If you go do statistics or even Google this, find out information that is out there. Many people in different schools across the globe. You will find people from Africa. Many people from Africa are in schools in UK, in US, in Canada, Australia, many of these places. I know many of my people that have left here to go study over there. Yes, it's a good thing. Now, many people may not be able to do that because they don't have the means to do that, not because they don't want. Everyone wants best in life. And by the special grace of God, we have that in our hands now with the means of ONPASSIVE, being a company that can make us some income that is good enough for us to take care of all the bills that we need to take care of. And one thing I want to also say is, you don't think that what we are talking about is quite huge, like what you need to do. It's very simple thing. There are some measures that people used to do when I was growing up in the village. There's something one thing that actually hurt me about what they were doing is that some people will go to learn a trade. They will go learn a trade instead of going to secondary school. Secondary school is the second level of education after the primary school.
Yep.
So instead of them to go to secondary school, some people were misinformed that it's too costly to send the child to secondary school. The child should learn work instead. And I find someone who is being paid for to learn a trade. And this person was paying more than those that were going to secondary school. So it is quite heartrending. No, this is misinformation. So don't think that something is out of your reach. If you believe it's out of your reach, it becomes out of your reach. That was how those parents believe that they cannot afford to send someone to a secondary school because they have to pay a termly fee. But they go to learn a trade and they pay a monthly fee that if you sum it up in 4 months, it becomes more than what you should pay per term to send the child to the secondary school. So if you are a parent now and you're hearing this, or you're someone who wishes to go to school or send someone to school, you will find out how much is needed for you to get an account in ONPASSIVE. Even if you think it is too much for you, like Sister Comfort just mentioned, you can borrow it. That can be the only thing you will borrow.
Yes.
And in a very short while, you will get it back, you get it and repay it. If you have a business you are doing or any way you are trying to feed yourself and you are saving some money from there, you can, in a short while, you can save that money and use it to set up an account for yourself. That account can also, once you set up that account, in a very short while, it's capable of producing another account because it's going to produce profit in a short while. Once that profit comes, don't start eating your seed immediately. You can set up another one for another person. Let's say you have a family of 5 or thereabout. You can set up the account gradually for each individual, and everybody has an account. Everybody is free. So when you want to do something, the 5 of you can come together and do something. Anybody can go to anywhere, do whatever you want to do, school, and pay any kind of bill. Paying off bill, you'll be glad that you're paying bill because you have the means. You will be asking now, what can we do? I have some money, what can we do? And if you are someone who likes to pay for people's education, maybe you want to run an organization or you have a wish to be like, okay, give people education. We call it free education. They have that kind of thinking. You can do this as well. You can select this set of people that you believe they are brilliant enough, they can be able to cope with education and start setting up accounts for them for the purpose of going to school. It is as good as giving them grants and all that, but even giving them grants will not do the same thing that we're saying. You give them grant, they will get education, they'll have to fall back to looking for a job because they have to sustain themselves. But if you set up one account, just a single amount that is very small, you set up one account for this individual, that person is made for life.
Yes.
This is the easiest thing anybody can think of. This is the easiest thing to do. Just a singular account, the person is made for life. The person will never ask any human being again for help or for money. Yes, the other day I was talking with someone and I said, even if somebody becomes which we don't wish anybody to become extravagant. Even if somebody becomes extravagant, the money will keep coming. Every other month, every other time, the money will keep coming. In as much as the company is there and the products are paid for, the money will keep coming. So we're not going to be extravagant, but we can be sure that the money will keep coming.
Exactly.
So it will never finish. So you have what you need every time to do what you want to do. So that's why anybody should do this as you are listening to us.
That's very true, Gideon, because, I'm one of those people that I think I've told my story a lot. I'll keep saying this. I've always told myself, this is a debate we actually had in the family. I was like, I will never own a brand new car. My husband is like, why? I said, no, people are suffering and I have guilty conscience running a brand new car when fairly used cars are so good out there. I can't do that. But now guilty conscience is done and dealt with because you can buy any car of your dream. You still have enough left to uplift the next family next door or the next family down the road. to change your lives around and make your mom and dad feel that way. It's just a beautiful thing to happen to you. Now, Gideon, let's
Yeah.
point a finger to something to bring everything to perspective, I believe. Guys, if you're a bit confused, how do you look at Gideon and myself? And listen, Gideon, I was going to applaud, but we've been bringing a lot of good news, and this is what we hear. Now, listen. All right, you can hear people clapping, they're happy, they're cheering because we are bringing good news. Where have you heard this before? So, we want to put things into perspective by pointing a finger to something. What do we sell? What does OnPassive sell? If I become an affiliate, what do they sell on my behalf? This is one of the products we are using
Yes.
right now. This is All Connect.
Of
This
course.
one is a paid version. This mine, Gideon has his. This All Connect that we are using here, it takes up to 10,000 people. You can do as many webinars as you want a day. You look at the sound quality, and this is just the first release. It is not yet, we're nowhere near what we have as All Connect, but so far it's better than anything. Look at the definition, the picture definition, the video quality, the sound quality. You can tell that this is something different. But then, like our CEO says, this is the ugliest you will ever see, because All Connect is coming, and it's coming powerfully. This is just the beginning of it, right? So watch this space and see. The features are like you've never seen anywhere before. So don't worry what you will be doing with All Connect, with video conferencing, when you don't do meetings. It is not for you. You are buying to resell. You are buying to keep in your online shop, and the company will sell it on your behalf because it is electronic. Who will you be selling it to? But then the company, they drive targeted traffic. They know exactly who needs it, and they bring it to their eyeballs. And then when they buy, that is when they buy your product, that's how you share the profit with the company, and that's all. So you don't need to take it to the market. It is not gari, it is not rice, it's not tomato, it's not pepper, it's not wrapper. It is just this electronic thing we're sitting in front here using. You have been seeing me changing the backgrounds every now and then, just playing with just a few stuff. Then so you can change. If you have a birthday celebration, you put it to that background. If you have a funeral, you put it to that background. If you have any kind of celebration, you have a theme, you have the theme songs, you have everything, you have the resound, like the clapping and all of those things that you just heard me do. You have many, 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 many features like you have never imagined, right? So who doesn't want this? So it is not for you. But then when you buy it, you see the benefit, because you can meet with family on here. Your children and your brothers and families' children who are far away or scattered all over the world, they can meet here and have a chat and familiarize themselves and all of those things. What else do you want? So this is just your benefit, but then the business part of it is care of, or in charge of, or care of the CEO and his team. Keaton, I think if you say a last word on All Connect, just to let people understand a bit more about this, we should be
Yes.
round.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much for pointing that out, because I know someone will be listening to us and will be saying, money, money, money. How do you make money? Are you into this or that? We are not into get rich quick. We
No.
are not selling any of those shiny objects. We have digital products for now. Other things may be coming later. But for now, we have digital products. One of them is where you are seeing us right now. You may watch this as a video later, but this was recorded live on O Connect. I think you are going to see O Connect amidst this video by the time you watch it. It is the product that we are using. It is developed from ground up with artificial intelligence. That's why we can do all those shuffle, play sound, and all those things. Is artificial intelligence. All those things are already there, made with our O Connect. You can see the background changing. So these are the things that we have. So this product is the first of many that we are bringing to the public. This one is right out now to the public. People are paying for them, and the company is giving back commission from the sales to those who are inside already. So once you come in and you pay for this O Connect, you will start making commission on it. You start making profit on it, and that's what we are talking about, that you can use to take care of your bills, be it education, be it any kind of bills that you have, any kind of life you want to live, a good life that you wish to live. This is where you are going to make the money. So we are already making money from O Connect. People have withdrawn money, people have spent their money, take care of themselves, and this is just the beginning. We only have one of these that we are selling to the public. We're going to have many different digital products that we're going to use. I know this is not the first time you are hearing of video conference. You may have other names maybe you have used or you have heard people use. They pay to use them. They pay subscription, monthly basis or annual basis, however they choose to use these products. That is how OConnect is. We pay to use OConnect to get all the best features. And as we pay, the company gives us commission back because it is all ours. We have it in our paying means that we have bought it, we put it in our shop, and someone else can come to our shop and buy it. You are not the one that have to do the sales. You're not going to do anything. Your own is just to pay for it. And that's what we're saying, that if you have that means to pay for it, you can set up an account, a business for yourself, for anyone that can use it for any good means, education and all the likes. So once that is done, you start making commission from it. Another product comes, it becomes another stream of income. We have names of products that have lined up. Some are ready, some are being finished, and they will be introduced into the ecosystem as we go. Each one that comes in, you just need to take some of your profit and add that to your shop. And you have two products that you're buying. I usually give an example based on what people are selling. If you are selling rice and someone else is beside you is selling beans, and you don't sell beans or you only sell rice, so a customer will come and buy rice only from you and goes elsewhere to buy beans. Exactly. But if you sell rice and you sell beans, and perhaps you sell pepper and the rest, and someone needs all these things, they will come into your shop and buy everything at once. So once you have other products, you put it in your shop. We have the next, you put it in your shop. These are different streams of income. By the time customer comes and needs all of them, he will pack all of them and will pay for all of them, and the company will give you as many commissions as what you have sold, what they have sold for you. So that's how we make the money. Of course, you can understand that there are about 5 to 6 billion people on the internet looking for this product that we have. Imagine that number. Imagine if 1% of that number comes to your shop to buy what you are going to have in your shop as you set up your business. That's why we say the money will never finish. It will keep coming. And they will pay not just once, they will pay maybe on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, on an annual basis, depending on how they choose. So the more they pay, the more commission that come as a side, in the rounds as they pay this month and they pay next month, the money keep coming that month, and they keep coming randomly according to the way. It's not going to be like it's a monthly, that is like monthly salary. No, the money will be there. Once they pay, you can go take it and use and do what you want to do. So it is happening already. We're not talking futuristic. It's happening already, and you can be part of it at this moment.
Indeed. So as we are talking now, we know that I think on this we just want to stop here. That we definitely will come back with the second part of this topic, because we have covered only the third world and developing countries. So we need to come back, with the other part of it to see how this helps the students of the other part from the Western world, or what we call diaspora, where we are, right? So, guys, listen, if somebody is talking to you about Unpassing, go back to them, ask them to give you a link to register. The moment you register, and if you are joining because you want to better your life, you want Unpassing to create and run this business for you, you immediately go at the top of your screen of your device and see where they say become an affiliate. You do that immediately and sign while you raise the money or you fetch the money to sign up and start business immediately. Do not ignore this. We don't know how long it's going to be here. The CEO has not said anything, but we just think that nothing lasts forever. And so we are not sure whether this opportunity will ever last forever, which means it's not possible to make 6 or 7 billion people affiliates of a business who will be the customer. So if you want to be on the receiving side, the time is now. Go for it. And if you just find us on YouTube or on Facebook or anywhere, check in the description box. You'll surely see a link there. You click on it, and then you go ahead and sign up and become an affiliate. And believe me, come from there, ask the next question: what next? Or if you have just a question in the chat, tell us, and of course we will be there to help. So thank you, Gideon. I really appreciate that you came, and I think that we will not waste time. We need to come back with the second part of this topic and make sure we touch every student around the world because it's quite important. So thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't yet. Click on the bell. Let us know if this topic was worth it, and of course, see you again soon. Thank you guys. Bye.
Right.